Oh, we fill every breath with that divine vibration of Om. Once more we fill every cell in our body with that sound. Gajananam bhutaganaadisevitam Kapitajambhu phalacharubhakshitam Umasutam shoka vinashkarakam Namami Vighaneshwar pad pankajam Om Vakratundaya Hum Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Sarvamangalamangale Shive Sarvat Sadhike Sharanye Trambike Gauri Narayani Namostute Om Shri Gauri Divye Namaha. We pray to Shivji Bhagwan. Satyam Shivam Sundaram he is known as. He has been there in our past as an ever-living presence. He is there in our present, and He continues to be there to make sure that we have a bright and prosperous future. Trambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukam vandhanan mrityormokshiyamamrita Har Nama Parvati Pataye Har 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 Mahadev. To our Gurus, we pay obeisance to those divine lotus-like feet. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagatguru. Om Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namaha. Gaiye Ganapati Jagavandana Gaiye Ganapati Jagavandana Shankara Suvana Bhavani Nandana Shankara Suvana Bhavani Nandana Gaiye Ganapati Jagavandana Gaiye Modaka Priya Mudhamangaladata Modaka Priya Mudhamangaladata Modaka Priya Mudhamangaladata Modaka Priya Mudhamangaladata Vidyavanidhi Buddhi Vidhata Gaiye Ganapati Jagavandana. सिद्धि सदन गज वदन विनायक, 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 कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सबलायक, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे, मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे, मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे, मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे, बसहि राम सिया मानस मोरे, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। गणपति स्वामी। We all join together now in reciting the Hanumanji Chalisa. Hanumanji gives us Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kalesha Vikar. We ask Hanumanji to give us the strength, the knowledge, the wisdom to take us through this week on all of the difficulties that we have in our paths, and ask him to be with us and guide us always.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मन मुकुर सुधार, वरनो रघुबर विमल जसु, जो दायक फल चार, बुद्धिहीन तन जानिके, सुमिरो पवन कुमार, बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेश विकार, भजलो जी हनुमान, भजलो जी हनुमान। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीश जी लोक उजागर, राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा, महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, सुमति निवार सुमति के संगी, कंचन वरन विराज सुवेशा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा, हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे, शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन, विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर, प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा, भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारी, रामचंद्र की काज सवारी, लाए संजीवन लखन जियाई, श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाई, रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई, सहस बदन तुम्हरो यश गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे, सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा, नारद सारद सहित अहीशा, यम कुबेर दिक्पाल चहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते, तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाए राजपद दीना, तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना, युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानु, प्रभु मोदिका मिली मुख माही, जल लीलांग गए अचरज नाई, दुर्गम काज जगत की जीती, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे दीदी, राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, ओतन आज्ञा बिन पैसारे, सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, आपने तेज समारो आपे, जीनो लोक हाकते कापे, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, भज लो जी हनुमान, भज लो जी हनुमान, भज लो जी हनुमान, भज लो जी हनुमान, नासै रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा, संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे, सब
Sandhya. Son, just pass this across. Thank you. Pass one to Neela Didi here, one to in the back. The mantras of the Sandhya are designed for us to be purificatory, to be purified, to become more aware of ourselves and our thoughts and our thought process. So this is an important aspect of our daily lives, and we have constantly recited the mantras of the Sandhya. Let us all join together now in doing so.
Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunatu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.
Let us be protected together, let us be nourished together, and united and strengthened together too. And let us not have conflict with each other. Now we do the Achman. Each time you recite your mantras, take one sip of water from your right palm. We begin.
Om Amritaranamasi Swaha. Om Amritapidhanamasi Swaha. Om Satyam Yashaha Sri Mai Sri Srayatam Swaha.
Prabhu, protector and supporter as you are of the universe, be kind and bless us with truth, fame, beauty and prosperity. In this second Achman, once again we sip water from our right hand.
Om Shanno Devirabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shamyorabhisravantu Naha.
Omnipresent Bhagwan God, be kind to us and grant the happiness and the objects that we need. In this Indriya Sparsh, we now wet the right hand fingers with water from our left hand, and we touch the various parts of our bodies, beginning with our mouth.
Om Bhagava.
Mouth,
Om Pranaha Pranaha.
our eyes,
Om Chakshuru Chakshuru.
our ears,
Om Srotram Srotram.
our navel,
Om Nabhi.
our heart,
Om Hridayam.
our throat,
Om Kantaha.
our head,
Om Shiraha.
our shoulders,
Om Bahobhyam Yashobalam.
our palms and back of palms,
Om Karatala Karaprishthhe.
Let my words, my breath, my eyes, ears, neck, heart, throat and head be pure and powerful, and may my arms be strong and renowned. Let my palm and my back of palm perform religious rites. We now do the marjan, which is cleansing, and in the same way we touch the water at different parts of our body with the mantras, beginning once again with our head.
Om Bhupunatu Shirasi.
Now our eyes,
Om Bhuvaha Punatu Netrayo.
our throat,
Om Swaha Punatu Kanthe.
our heart,
Om Mahapunatu Hridaye.
our navel,
Om Janaha Punatu Nabhyam.
our legs,
Om Tapaha Punatu Padayo. सत्यं पुनातु पुनः शिरसि
All over us now sprinkle.
ॐ खं ब्रह्मा पुनातु सर्वत्र
Let the region of Bhu help us to purify our head. Let the region of Bhuvaha help us to purify our eyes. Let the region of Swaha help us to purify our throat. Let the region of Maha help us to purify our heart. Let the region of Janaha help us to purify our navel. Let the region of Satya help us to purify our legs. Let the region of Satya again help us to purify our heads. Let Brahma help us to purify every place. Now in these mantras, you hold water in your right hand. This is known as the Agamarshan mantra, which is a renewal of yourself. You recite, holding the mantras in your right hand, and at the end you throw it to the end, to the ground.
ॐ
I'm sorry.
भुवः ॐ स्वाहा ॐ महाः ॐ जनः ॐ तपः ॐ सत्यम् ॐ रीतं च सत्यं च अभिज्ञात् तपसो अध्यजायत ततो रात्रयजायत ततः समुद्रोऽध्ययनवान् ॐ समुद्राध्ययनवान् अधिसंवत्सरो अजायत अहोरात्राणि विधतर विश्वेशा मेषतो वशी ॐ सूर्या चन्द्रमसो दाता यथा पूर्वं प्रकल्पयात् देवं च पृथिवीं च अन्तरिक्षम् अथो स्वाहा.
Tendency for creation arose in the divine mind of the absolute God. Then came chaos, then came subtle water, then day and night. The sun, the moon, heaven, world and the horizon were created as before when the universe was previously created. We recite these mantras dedicated to Surya Bhagwan now.
ॐ उदूत्यमचाटवीरसं देवं वहन्ति केतवः दृशे विश्वाय सूर्यम् ॐ ऊर्ध्वं तमसः परि स्वापश्यन्त उत्तरं देवं देवत्रा सूर्यं गणमा ज्योतिरोतमा ॐ चित्रं देवानां उर्गारिणीकं चक्षुर्मेत्रस्य वर्णस्याग्नि आप्राध्यावा पृथिवी अन्तरिक्षं सूर्या आत्मा Jagatatashurjasa swaha.
O God, you are beyond darkness. The luminous sun represents you. Everything in this universe proclaims your glory. The wise are surprised and illuminated by your supreme nature. You are the guiding light manifested in Surya Bhagavan, Varun Devata and Agni Devata. The heaven, the middle region and the earth are being sustained by you. You are the soul of the universe. This is a prayer now for our long life.
Om Tatshuridevahitam Purasta Shukramucharat Pashima Sharidah Shatam Jivema Sharidah Shatam Srinuyama Sharidah Shatam Prabhavama Sharidah Shatam Adhina Shama Sharidah Shatam Bhuyascha Sharidah Shatam
Omniscient God, may we enjoy your blessings of sight, hearing, speech, and life for 100 years and more if we live for more than 100 years. We offer prarthana now to all of these divine beings.
Om Brahmane Namaha.
Bow your head in obeisance.
Om Acharyebhyo Namaha. Om Rishibhyo Namaha. Om Devebhyo Namaha. Om Vedebhyo Namaha. Om Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namaha. Om Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namaha. Om Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namaha.
Salutations to Brahma, to our preceptor, to the sages, to the Devatas, and to the Vedas. We now sit upright as we come to the heart of the Sandhya, which helps our own illumination of our consciousness, the recitation of the Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Let us be in union with your luminous nature, who are the creator of the three worlds and the giver of our intellect. Our Shiva Namaskar mantras.
Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha. Om Viryamasi Viryamayi Dehi. Om Balamasi Balamayi Dehi. Om Tejwasi Tejomayi Dehi. Om Ojwasi Ojomayi Dehi. Om Manyurasi Manyumayi Dehi. Om Sahasi Sahomayi Dehi.
Salutations to the Almighty, the giver of bliss, of happiness and peace. May we be blessed with energy, strength, glory, courage and patience. Let us all join together in the universal prayer for peace.
Sarvesham Mangalam Bhuyat. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dugabha Bhavet. Nandantu Sarva Bhutani. Niratankani Santu Cha. Pritirastu Parasparam. Siddhirastu Chakarmanam. Swasyastu Rajno Nityapaha. Shamprajabhyastatevastu. Swasyastu Dvipade Nityam. Shantirastu Chatuspade. शान्तिरस्तु नो देवस्य भूर्भुवः स्वः शिवं तथा सर्वदा शान्तिरस्तु नः सौम्य भवन्तु भूतानि त्वं देवा जगतः स्रष्टा पाता देवा त्वमेव हि प्रजापालय देवेश शान्तिं कुरु जगत्पते यो मे अर्ह्यस्निहीयते तस्य शिवमस्तु सदा भुवि यश्च मां द्वेष्टि लोके अस्मिन् स्वापि भद्राणि पश्यन्तु ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि
Let there be good to all, let all be free from sickness, and let all see good, and let none suffer. Let all be happy and fearless. Let there be sympathy for each other and success for all work. Let there be prosperity to the leader who protects the people every day, and also to the people. Let the bipeds and the quadrupeds be prosperous every day. Let there be peace amongst the devatas and in the three worlds. Let us and all other beings have peace everywhere. Creator and sustainer as you are of the world, you encourage godliness and establish peace amongst the people. Who is my friend today, let him be in peace. And who is my enemy, let him also be in peace. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Prem se bol Shri Govinda Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai. Sitaram, everybody, once again. Welcome again to all of you who are here. Today we will have children's class. So those children who are here and take part in the Bal Vihar class, please join our teachers downstairs so you can learn the stories and understand why we are who we are. To everyone else, as you are here, please be reminded that we are building up towards our Bhagavad Gita celebration of Gita Jayanti later on in the year on the 3rd of December. But going along, as we move through each week, our programs have already begun. On Friday, we had a program at 7 p.m. and I would ask you to please pay attention to our Facebook page where you would get notifications to remind you. Those of you who have your books and your notepads, because you know when I come I tell you make your notes, you can write down the dates. This coming Thursday, Anil Ji Maharaj will be leading us through a discussion on the Bhagavad Gita, the art of war, the Bhagavad Gita, Dharma, politics and society. Next week, Sunday, we will have members of the Hare Krishna movement. That's the 20th. And they will be joining us to celebrate as they celebrate. And we too will join in together with that. Shortly after, the week after that, on the 27th, we have chapter 9 and chanting as well, which begins at 10:30 a.m. on this Sunday, the 27th. And that will be done as well. You will be learning more about that. And then on the 30th of November, Wednesday the 30th, there will be a Zoom meeting once again speaking about chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita and Karma Yoga. And that will be carried on by the members of the Sri Krishna Mandir Gita class. And this all culminates at the end, after all of these celebrations, on the 3rd of December, when we will be reciting the entirety of the Bhagavad Gita from start to finish, beginning with puja for Krishna Bhagavan, and then from about 9 o'clock until about 12, reciting the entirety of the Bhagavad Gita in the shloks. No translation, no meanings will be given except that which comes to you as you sit to do puja. So that is to prepare you, and I'm sure you will hear more about it as we move along. And today I want to talk about something which is born out of the Bhagavad Gita. And it is something as well which touches each and every one of us, I think. And my topic today is about doubts. Whenever we start puja, when we sit to do puja at the Bedi, our first mantra is to Ganeshji. And not only does he remove difficulties and obstacles in our way, but he also removes doubts. And I want to start with a quotation from a philosopher out of the US. And he was a very famous philosopher in the 19th century. His name is Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he says, "Don't waste life in doubts and fears. Spend yourself on the work before you, well assured that the right performance of this hour's duties will be the best preparation for the hours and ages that will follow it." I will say it again so we can understand. If you don't understand it, put up your hand and I will help. We will speak about it because it's an important concept. Don't waste life in doubts and fears. Spend yourself on the work before you, well assured that the right performance of this hour's duty, so what you're doing now, will be the best preparation for the hours and ages that will follow it. So what is to come, what you're doing now prepares you for the future. Anybody has any questions or doubts about that? Ralph Waldo Emerson was one of those philosophers, as were many other thinkers who read the Bhagavad Gita. And one of his most popular books, Self-Reliance, talks about theories and thoughts which comes from the Bhagavad Gita. And if you go on the net, you would see so many people who would have been touched by the Bhagavad Gita. And this is why our thrust and our focus for the next few weeks is for us too to recognize what we have. People like Will Smith, Julia Roberts, so many other people who are celebrities out there are studying the Bhagavad Gita. And so many of us, not here because I know we are different here in this family, but so many of us sometimes outside have never even picked it up. Which is why from January, hopefully with God's grace and blessings, we will discuss it. We will go through the Bhagavad Gita. Just 10 minutes every Sunday, just doing as much as we can. Just reading it, not explaining, just reading it. The explanation and understanding comes from you. But he started with, don't waste your life in doubts and fears. What is a doubt? Doubt is to call into question what is a truth and to be uncertain about it. And when we have doubts, we have no confidence. We feel that we are unable to do something. One writer puts it like this: doubt is basically the manifestation of the self-consciousness, I will speak it slowly, uncertainty, and the intensive questioning of truth. Manifestation of self-consciousness. We are conscious of ourselves. We are conscious of how we dress, how we think, how we walk, how we move. And that manifestation sometimes is such that I don't know if I'm dressed well enough today. I don't know maybe my hair is not settled properly today. Maybe the way I walk, kind of langra, whatever it is, people will laugh at me. That is self-consciousness. That self-consciousness gives us doubts. Maybe I can't come up in front and do puja because people might watch to see, look at wearing the same clothes from last week. So when our mind should be focused on what is the truth, it becomes instead distracted by our own selves, thinking about things that have no relevance sometimes to what is the truth. And we ride very high. Sometimes we come Mandir and we sing and we feel good and we pray and we feel Bhagwan is with us, and we step out the door and are not too sure what's going to happen for the rest of the week. And the doubt creeps in to ourselves, and we begin to doubt that we could even do what Pandit Rudy would have said that you could do, or any other speaker would have said that you can do. And that is why it was important when we were doing the Ganesh Ji Puran, we spoke about cannot Baba and can. Because we so get caught up in pujaing cannot Baba to say what we cannot do, that we forget to analyze what we can do. We forget to see what we can do. And why we don't focus on that positive aspect is because of doubt. And when we have that doubt, I want us to think of a central theme from Sanatana Dharma. And tell me if this reminds you of it. If you remember it. Recite after me. Say, Tat Tvam Asi. You are that. It doesn't say you are not that. It doesn't say what you are not. That principle tells you what you are. What are you? Who are you? You are the children of rishis and munis. Rishis and munis who have understood the reality and the truth and have set it down for us to follow. Tat Tvamasi, that is who you are. You are Brahman. You are God. You are God eternal. If that is who you are, then how can you ever doubt your place in this world? Tat Tvamasi, whenever you have doubt, think of that. If I am that, and that permeates and runs through the entirety of the universe, then I cannot negate my own existence. I cannot say I am not important. I cannot say that I have no impact to make upon this world, because my Sanatana Dharma tells me, Tat Tvamasi, I am that. I have a difference to make. It's absolutely crazy how much doubt pervades our world and our minds. Our doubts affect our confidence. And where does it come from? Where does all these doubts come from? Well, it comes from past experiences. Maybe I came up here to sing and a frog got my throat and that was it. I'm not singing ever again. Maybe I went to give a speech and I saw all these people here and I forgot about it. All of these past experiences makes you doubt that you can do it. Sometimes, as we are being brought up, we have experiences in that, and it gives us doubts. You can't do that. Look at these boys, how well they're doing here, playing tabla, playing violin. Their mother and father are not growing up in such a way that will give them doubts. These children who are here, you will grow up positively because you are being brought to a place to realize that you are respected as children, even as children. Sometimes, quite often, the doubts come because we begin to compare ourselves with other people. Well, I'm not as slim as that one. I'm not as good looking as that one. I'm not as tall as this one. I'm not as whatever it might be. And all of these things are so trivial when we begin to understand Tattvamasi. I am that. If I am that, then whether I'm short or tall, you know, it always strikes me. You're going up the highway and you see all of these signs up, fairness cream and all of this kind of thing. Take that and you will get fair. Krishna Bhagwan was dark. Sri Ram was blue-black. Kali Mata is black as whatever it is. We don't follow those things. Our devatas and devis don't have those sort of discriminatory characteristics. Yet commercialism has told us, well, you have to put on whitening cream. We compare ourselves with others, forgetting to accept that God has made you who you are for a purpose. Otherwise, He would have made everybody like robots. Same thing, walk, 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 whatever it is, talk, same way. But we all have a story to tell. However insignificant we might think that story is, it is an important story. Bhagwan has put us here for that story. And if we cut short that story because we ourselves doubt that we could tell this story, we are doing a disservice to ourselves and we are not following Sanatana Dharma. Tattvamasi, you are that. Sometimes these doubts come from new challenges. Well, I got a new job. I don't know whether I'll be able to do it well enough. You got a new job because of your abilities and people have recognized that you have those abilities. Go and do it the best that you can. Sanatana Dharma tells you that. And the fear of failure. Try and fail, but never fail to try. Try and fail, but never fail to try. Because failure allows us to sharpen ourselves and our emotions and our thoughts and everything. If we were successful in everything, we would take life for granted. If we don't fall down, we wouldn't know how to be careful along a path. We will be reckless otherwise. So how do we deal with that? How do we deal with thoughts? How do we deal with doubts, which brings us down, brings our confidence down? If you have to do something, you have to deliver a speech, you have to write an essay, you have to give a talk at work, you have to present something in the Mandir. Sit down and write down why you think you can do it, rather than writing down why you think you cannot. So take the cannot column, erase it, X it off, and never put it back on the paper. Instead, put why I can do it. Why was I chosen to do this? Why did God give me that opportunity to do this? Why did God put me in that place to do this particular thing? Let me see why it is God thinks I am ready to do what I've been put to do. And if you're doing something and you're doing it well and it is having a good impact upon your life, then continue to do it. If you come to Mandir and you feel good, then come Mandir. If you do puja and you feel good at the end of it, then do your puja. It seems as simple as that, doesn't it? And on the converse, if you are doing something and it is not having a good effect upon you, then stop doing it. And as simple as that sounds, remember the story of children. You say, well, okay, let them go and touch the fire. They will know never to put their hand there again. Some people, no matter how old they are, they still keep burning their hands. No matter how much you think that you're burning your hands, yeah, but are going back again still. You're in bad company, yeah, but are going back again because how it go look, I look like a kunumunu. People will think that I'm not part of the swag crowd, whatever it might be. If it is not working for you, stop and change that. And then dig deep into yourself. Dig deep into yourself and find out where your happiness comes from. For some people, when they think about where their happiness comes from, they might say, well, if I put on a nice pink bow on my hair, I'm going to feel really good. And then the day you cannot find the bow is the day you say, oh, I'll never feel good ever in my life again. So if we tie our happiness to things that are material like that, if I don't put on that special shoe or put on my lucky shirt, then I will not be lucky at work and I will never look good ever again in my life. So if we tie our confidence and our life and our being on things that are material like that, then happiness will never come. जो राम नाम नहीं गाते वो जीते जी मर जाते जो राम नाम गाते हैं वो परम धाम पाते हैं बोलो. You know the words? राम सिया राम जय जय राम. राम सिया राम जय जय राम. जो राम नाम नहीं गाते वो जीते जी मर जाते. जो राम नाम गाते हैं वो परम धाम पाते हैं बोलो. राम सिया राम जय जय राम. राम सिया राम जय जय राम. प्रेम से बोलो श्याम चंद्र भगवान की जय. I want to sing the rest of the bhajan, but the point that I want to make from the bhajan is, when you dig deep into your soul, into your being to find out where your source of happiness is, you would find that your happiest moments are here. Your happiest moments, the moments that fill you with ecstasy and thrill and excitement and so much joy that tears comes to your eyes, is when you are before God. Jo Ram Naam Nahi Gaate. If you don't sing God's name, wo jeete ji mar jaate. It's like we live like a living dead, like a zombie. But jo Ram Naam gaate hai. But those who sing the name of God, wo param dham paate hai bolo. Those who sing God's name, those who base their life and their belief and all of everything that they do on God. Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram. How can you have doubts? How can you have lack of self-confidence if you know God is with you? And if you know you are going to do and continue to do what God has ordained for you to do? How can you ever have doubts? You will never have doubts. Thoughts will come into your mind. I'm not sure if this is something that I can do. Write down, why can I do it? I'm still having doubts. Jo Ram Naam gaate hai. So we sing, we get a foundation. It is important for us when we reach to a place of doubt and uncertainty that we find a foundation to come back to. And for many people, they don't have that foundation. They have nowhere to come back to. They don't have a solid ground to stand on. Thankfully, that is not your experience, because you know when you come, Mandir, when you come to pray, whether it is here, whether you go home and you sit in your puja room, all the positive thoughts that had made you recognize Tat Tvamasi, you are that, also takes you to the point where you know that even if though I'm not as successful as I think I will be, I have to learn from these mistakes. I will become better. So let these past experiences and all of these things that you go through help them to guide you. If you failed in something, find out why. Don't make excuses. Well, my pen wasn't working. Why? Well, you didn't carry a proper pen. You didn't carry 2-3 pens. Next time I will make sure I have backups. Don't blame the pen. Bhagwan gives us an opportunity to live our life. We must live so fearlessly, forcefully. And that, all that I have spoken about today, starting from Ralph Waldo Emerson to the very end, is what the Bhagavad Gita teaches each and every one of us. And everything that I have said here in different forms and fashions is what you will find when you go into the Bhagavad Gita. And I will end with us remembering, bringing back, with me telling you and reminding you that the Bhagavad Gita starts with doubt. It starts with Arjun, Bhaiya, having doubts, and God telling him, waste no time with doubts and fears. That is what Krishna Bhagavan says. That is where the quote comes from. That is what you know. You just have to remember it. With those few words, I wish to invite all of you now, those of you who have come prepared to do Aarti, to do so. In the meantime, we will sing, we will think of God, we will pray. And whilst we are waiting the beginning of the bhajan, those of you who are preparing, we could just sing one more antara of that song. एक राम नाम के जप से हर कष्ट मिटे जीवन का, एक राम नाम के तप से पावन हो मन झन झन का, एक राम नाम के जप से हर कष्ट मिटे जीवन का, एक राम नाम के तप से पावन हो मन जन जन का, जो राम नाम बिसराते वो पग पग ठोकर खाते, जो राम नाम गाते हैं वो परम धाम पाते हैं। बोलो
राम सिया राम,
सिया राम जय जय राम, राम सिया राम जय जय राम। जो राम नाम नहीं गाते वो जीते जी मर जाते, जो राम नाम गाते हैं वो परम धाम पाते हैं। बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम, राम सिया राम जय जय राम, राम सिया राम जय जय राम। प्रेम से बोलो श्री गोविंद कृष्ण भगवान की जय। We can all now, Panditji.
Please come forward and offer your arati. We invite you to just sanitize your hands as you come forward. No need for the gloves. And then proceed up, or those of you who wish to come to the Bedi.
जो भी तुझको अर्घ चढ़ाए उसे दृष्टि निर्मल मिल जाए। सारे मन वांछित फल पाए।
सारे मन वांछित फल पावे।
मंगल में हो जीवन।
जय जय सूर्य नारायण स्वामी। जय जय सूर्य नारायण।
जय जय
सूर्य नारायण स्वामी। जय जय सूर्य नारायण।
तेरी कृपा अगर हो जाए मूर्मा पंडित हो जाए।
तेरी कृपा अगर हो जाए मोर महापंडित हो जाए।
वेद ब्रह्म के वीर बताए।
वीर ब्रह्म के वीर बताए।
जर बन जाए चेतन।
जय जय सूर्य नारायण स्वामी। जय जय सूर्य नारायण।
जय
जय सूर्य नारायण स्वामी। जय जय सूर्य नारायण।
निर्मल हो विवेक जन जन का मिट जाए अंधियारा मन का।
निर्मल हो विवेक जन जन का मिट जाए अंधियारा मन का।
लोहार की रूप कंचन का।
लोहार की रूप कंचन का।
सुरभित हो
चित चोरा यशोदा की बात नवनीत चोर गोपाल 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 गोपाल
गिरिधर गोपाला जय गिरिधर गोपाला
जित चोरा यशोदा की बात नवनीत चोर गोपाल जित चोरा यशोदा की बात
नवनीत चोर
गोपाल नवनीत चोर गोपाल नवनीत चोर गोपाल
We dedicate this bhajan to Auntie Deyanti, who celebrates her birthday today, as well as Dr. Vendra Maharaj, who is online with us presently. May God continue to bless you.
मीठे रस से भरो रे राधा रानी लागे ओ राधा रानी लागे मन कारो कारो यमुना जीरो पानी लागे ओ मीठे रस से भरो रे राधा रानी लागे ओ राधा रानी लागे मन कारो कारो यमुना जीरो पानी लागे रस से भरो रे राधा रानी लागे राधा रानी लागे मन कारो कारो यमुना जीरो पानी लागे यमुना की तो कारी कारी राधा गोरी गोरी यमुना जी तो कारी कारी राधा गोरी गोरी बिंद्रावन में धूम मचावे बरसाने की छोड़ी बिंद्रावन में धूम मचावे बरसाने की छोड़ी ओ व्रज धाम राधा चूकी व्रज धानी लागे ओ व्रज धानी लागे मन कारो कारो यमुना जीरो पानी लागे ओ मीठे रस से भरो रे राधा रानी लागे ओ राधा रानी लागे मन कारो कारो यमुना जीरो पानी लागे कान्हा नित मुरली में तेरे सुमिरे बारंबार कान्हा नित मुरली में तेरे सुमिरे बारंबार ओ तिन रूप धरे मन मोहन कहो न पावे पार ओ तिन रूप धरे मन मोहन कहो न पावे पार रूप रंग की छबीली पतराने लागे ओ पतराने लागे मन कारो कारो यमुना जीरो पानी लागे ओ मीठे रस से भरो रे राधा रानी लागे ओ राधा रानी लागे मन कारो कारो यमुना जीरो पानी लागे ना भावे मन माखन मिश्री अब ना कोई मिठाई ना भावे मन माखन मिश्री अब ना कोई मिठाई झी भड़िया ने भाव ने अब तो राधा नाम मिलाई, जी बढ़िया ने भावे अब तो राधा नाम मिलाई। वृष भान की ललित गुण धाने लागे, गुण धाने लागे, मन कारो कारो यमुना जी पानी लागे। ओ मीठे रस से भरो रे राधा रानी लागे, ओ राधा रानी लागे, मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। राधा राधा नाम रटत है जो नर आतो धाम, राधा राधा नाम रटत है जो नर आतो धाम। जिनकी बाधा दूर करत है राधा राधा नाम, जिनकी बाधा दूर करत है राधा राधा नाम। ओ राधा नाम में सफल जिंदगानी लागे, ओ जिंदगानी लागे, मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। ओ मीठे रस से भरो रे राधा रानी लागे, ओ राधा रानी लागे, मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। ओ मीठे रस से भरो रे राधा रानी लागे, ओ राधा रानी लागे, मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे, मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे, ओ मन कारो कारो यमुना जी पानी लागे। लंबोदर गजानना, विघ्ननाशक गजानना, लंबोदर गजानना, विघ्ननाशक गजानना, दुःखनाशक गजानना, भक्त रक्षक गजानना, दुःखनाशक गजानना, भक्त रक्षक गजानना, गजानना ही गजानना, गजानना ही गजानना, गजानना ही गजानना, गजानना ही गजानना, लंबोदर गजानना, विघ्ननाशक गजानना, लंबोदर गजानना, विघ्ननाशक गजानना। शिव गौरी स्नेहपात्रम वक्रतुंड गजानना, शिव गौरी स्नेहपात्रम वक्रतुंड गजानना, वक्रतुंड गजानना, सर्वेश्वर विघ्नेश्वर, पद्म पावन गजानना, सर्वेश्वर विघ्नेश्वर, पद्म पावन गजानना, लंबोदर गजानना, विघ्ननाशक गजानना, लंबोदर गजानना, विघ्ननाशक गजानना। भक्त पालक गजानना भक्त पालक गजानना परम शोभन दुष्ट हंता संत रक्षक गजानना परम शोभन दुष्ट हंता संत रक्षक गजानना लंबोदर गजानना विघ्ननाशक गजानना लंबोदर गजानना विघ्ननाशक गजानना दुःखनाशक गजानना भक्त रक्षक गजानना दुःखनाशक गजानना भक्त रक्षक गजानना भक्त रक्षक गजानना भक्त रक्षक गजानना।
प्रेम से बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। Hari Om. Once more, as we conclude, and just before RG, our final announcements this morning, we want to extend a warm welcome once more to each and every one this morning. Those of you who are here with us face to face, those of you who are looking online at us either on YouTube or on Facebook, a very warm Krishna Mandir welcome is extended. We look forward to seeing you all with us each and every Sunday at 8:30 a.m. Those persons who would like to sit to perform Havana Puja on a Sunday morning, you are asked to contact either Mrs. Rama Umrao or Mr. Gangadin Sinanan to give your names. Those of you who are viewing online on the ticker tape, you would see the numbers there, and you could approach to give your names, and the arrangements can be made to facilitate your puja on a Sunday morning. This morning, as you've heard, we have many celebrants. Auntie Danti is celebrating her birthday. Dr. Vindra Maharaj is celebrating her birthday. Rajiv Bisasa is celebrating his birthday. Anjani Maharaj is celebrating her birthday. And we have a young lady who is with us, Sarah, is also celebrating her birthday as well. So we want to extend birthday greetings to all of the persons celebrating birthdays, all of the persons celebrating anniversaries and other wonderful occasions. May Bhagwan continue to bless you all with all of the wonderful things in life. Last week we had a very wonderful time at the seaside when everybody who was able to join with us to perform puja, Narayan Swami Puja, Ganga Mata Puja was performed, and everyone had a very wonderful time, a very divine time, and it allowed persons to mix in a different environment out of the mandir, but in a very divine way. And we want to extend our hearty congratulations to all persons, but also to those who assisted in organizing and making the facilities available to the mandir. We want to thank you so much. May Bhagwan continue to bless you. Yesterday as well, there was a very, very successful event, and this has become a hallmark of our calendar of events at the Mandir. The Social Outreach Committee, spearheaded by Mr. Krishna Bahadur Singh and members of his hardworking team, once more spearheaded a blood donation drive, and 58 persons registered. Of those 58, 43 persons attended, and of those 43, 33 persons were allowed or were able to give a pint of blood. That is a remarkable, remarkable achievement. I want to extend congratulations, and I want to extend recognition to one of the youngest and newest donors who signed on and gave blood. Pritika was able to donate a pint of blood yesterday. And I'll tell you why that's important. It's important that we grow up being aware that there's nothing to fear by giving blood. Many people have the fear that, or the phobia, well, if I give blood, something will happen to me. That's not true. Many persons feel that if I give blood that, I will become ill or I will lose some of my vigor and vitality. Well, I gave blood and none of my vigor and vitality has gone. So that's also a misnomer. But what we do by doing that is we benefit ourselves, but we also, more importantly, benefit others. Because by giving a pint of blood, you save the lives of so many people. You assist and enhance the lives of so many people who are in need. So I urge you, if you miss the opportunity gone, to please embrace the opportunity when it once more revisits us in the coming months ahead. So thank you to Krishna, to the members of the hardworking team, and to all of the persons who assisted and gave a pint of blood yesterday. That was really wonderful. Yes. As Panditji has quite rightly said, we are leading up to Gita Jayanti, which will be celebrated on Saturday, the 3rd of December. So mark off that date in your calendar. You are expected to be here in the Mandir on that morning, where we will join together with the wonderful, wonderful persons that will be chanting and reciting the entire Bhagavad Gita. And that in itself is a puja and a yajna by itself. And come and listen and invite persons to be here. You'll be getting more details. But as Panditji has said, in the prelude or leading up to that, many sessions on Bhagavad Gita, panel discussions and other discussions are taking place. And you were told that one took place on Friday. There's another one, as Panditji has mentioned, this Thursday. So this Thursday, that session will be via Zoom. So look out for the link so that you can join on from the comfort of your home or even at work. Don't tell your employer. And you can look on at that session. And then next Sunday, the members of the Hare Krishna movement will be with us. And they will be joining and they will be chanting. Wonderful, wonderful vibration. The format of our service remains the same. So it's at 8:30, we finish at 10. And Balvihar class will take place as usual. But please come and join in this wonderful vibration, this wonderful experience. And then there'll be other events. You'll hear more about that from next Sunday in terms of the other dates and times leading up, as we said, to the 3rd of December. So please mark that day off and please join with us as we celebrate this most wonderful, wonderful occasion. Those of you who are inclined to make donations towards the Mandir for its upkeep and maintenance, we welcome that. Please see any member of the management committee. We will be giving you very shortly the accounting for the breakfast fundraiser that took place. The treasurer is now wrapping that up, and we will present those accounts to you in the upcoming week, hopefully, that you can have that information, because we want to account to you, our wonderful devotees and our wonderful patrons, of all the events that we're doing, so you are in the know, both whether you are here physically or whether you're looking at us online. May Bhagwan bless us all to have a very safe, very productive, very powerful week ahead. And as Panditji said, whatever the doubts that we may have, let us rid out those doubts. Whatever prostrations we may have had to Kanat Baba, let us rid ourselves of that. And let us know that we are powerful, we are divine, and once we set our minds, all positive things can happen. Prem se bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. We stand for final arti now.
Om Jai Jagadish Hari Swami Jai Jagadish Hari Bhakt Janon ke sankat नास जनों की संकट शरण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे जो ध्यावे फल पावे दुख बिन से मन का स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण कहूँ किसकी स्वामी शरण कहूँ किसकी तुम बिन और न दूजा तुम बिन और न दूजा आश करो जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूरन परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय स्वामी तुम पालन करता, हम सेवक तुम स्वामी, हम सेवक तुम स्वामी, कृपा करो भरता। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, तुम हो एक अगोचर सबके प्राणपति, स्वामी सबके प्राणपति। किस विधि मिलो दया में, किस विधि मिलो दया में, तुमको मैं कुमति। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। हाथ जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, जननी दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
Hari Om. As we clasp our hands, close our eyes and bow our heads in prayer. We give thanks to you, Bhagwan, for all of the blessings that you have granted to us. We ask for your continued guidance and inspiration. We ask for your continued protection. May you remove from our minds all doubt. May you remove from our minds all trouble. May you bless us that we realize our true potential and that we realize that we are one with you. For you, O Lord, and Mother and Father, you are family, you are friend, you are knowledge, you are wealth, you are everything to us. We surrender ourselves to you completely. Bless those who are ill. Bless those who are in some way afflicted by some sort of difficulty. Bless those who are on a deviant path, that you may show them the error of their ways and bring them once more closer to you. We surrender and we ask these prayers of you, O Prabhu, as we pray. Hari Om. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sekha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Sato Ma Sargamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorama Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. प्रेम से बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बिंद्रावन बिहारी लाल की जय, आज शक्ति जगदम्बा देवी मैया की जय, श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। प्रेम से बोले श्री सच्चे सनातन धर्म की जय। जय जय सीताराम, सीताराम, जय सीताराम। One announcement I forgot. Sometimes, we are not fortunate to have any. Sometimes we're fortunate to have one, but in the Mandir we are fortunate to have two classes run by Bharatiya Vidya Sansthan. And these classes are in different modalities, both face-to-face, and this is being spearheaded by Sri Prashant Sriratan. And his classes, those classes are on Saturdays from 1. So those of you who are interested, they're doing Hindi and music and so on. You are free to come to the Mandir from 1 p.m. To join in those classes. And then Mrs. Jayanti Devsuran is running the same type of program from Bharatiya Vidya Sansthan, but on a different modality, online. So you have that as well. So you can see her to make arrangements. So you have both options available to you, no excuses, and therefore you can join on. Jai Sri Ram, everyone.
आई बार बार दिल ये गाए बार बार दिन ये आए बार बार दिल ये गाए तू जिए हजारों साल मेरे है आरज़ू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे